The human heart plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. All a person's ways seem right to them, but the Lord weighs the heart. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. The Lord has made everything for His purpose. Proverbs 16 verse 1-4. The day greets me with these words, quietly, almost softly, yet they reach straight into the deepest place in my heart. In the early morning haze, when my mind is still drifting between plans, to-do lists, and worries I haven't fully named yet, I read Proverbs 16 again, slowly, as if afraid that rushing might cause me to miss something meant just for me today. The human heart plans the way. I linger there for a long time because that sentence describes me perfectly. I am used to planning, arranging, carrying things on my own. I am used to believing that if I think carefully enough, prepare well enough, and try hard enough, everything will turn out fine. I am not someone without faith, but honestly, there are days when I trust my plans more than I trust God's guidance. I pray, and then quietly keep everything tightly clenched in my hands, as if letting go would cause everything to fall apart. Maybe you are like me. Maybe you start your days with a head full of intentions, what you need to do, how you need to perform, how strong you must be so you don't disappoint anyone or fall behind. We are often taught to be proactive, to plan ahead, to take control of our lives. That isn't wrong. But today's proverb gently asks me something important. In all my planning, how much space have I actually given God? But the Lord directs the steps. This line doesn't come to me as a correction, but as a tender reminder. I realize that I'm not being asked to abandon my plans, nor am I being blamed for thinking things through. God is simply reminding me that while the plans may be mine, each step can still be guided. I don't have to walk alone, even though I often live as if I am. There are days when I am exhausted simply from feeling like I have to know everything in advance. I am tired of believing that if I don't anticipate every risk, everything will collapse. I am tired of needing to be the capable one, the one who has it together, the one who isn't allowed to fail. And then I read the next line. All a person's ways seem right to them, but the Lord weighs the heart. That stops me short. I begin to ask myself, among all the decisions I believe are right, reasonable, and necessary, how many truly come from peace and how many come from fear? I realize that some choices I've made weren't because I truly wanted them, but because I was afraid of being judged, left behind, or seen as not enough. To me, those decisions looked right. But God sees deeper. He sees the motives beneath them, even the anxieties I try to hide. Perhaps this passage comes to me today because I'm in a season where I keep trying to carry everything by myself. I don't want to burden anyone. I don't want to worry others. And sometimes, I don't even want to bother God. I tell myself I should be able to handle it. But Proverbs 16 says something entirely different. Commit your work to the Lord. Not just part of it. Not only the big or holy things. All of it. I think of how many times I've prayed and then continued worrying. I've told God my plans, but inside I remain tense, restless, telling myself, I can't mess this up. Maybe I spoke to God, but I didn't truly entrust anything. To entrust means believing that I am not the only one responsible for how everything turns out. and your plans will be established. This doesn't sound to me like a promise that everything I plan will succeed. I don't read it as a guarantee that trusting God means everything will go my way. What I hear instead is this: stability doesn't come from perfect outcomes, but from not falling apart when things don't go as planned. When I entrust my work, I no longer have to hold everything together by force. I can keep walking, even with uncertainty, without having to fight alone. The Lord has made everything for His purpose. This line both comforts me and makes me feel small. Comforts me because my life isn't random, and my efforts aren't meaningless. It humbles me because I realize my life isn't only about what I want to achieve. There is a bigger picture, a purpose beyond what I can see. And within that larger story, I am not meant to carry everything by myself. I don't know what you're holding as you begin today. Maybe you're facing a difficult decision. Maybe you're worried about work, family, the future, or yourself. Maybe you've grown used to telling yourself, "I'll handle it." But if you pause for a moment, like I am right now, and ask, what are you carrying alone that you don't actually have to? This proverb reminds me of how many times I became exhausted not because life was too heavy, but because I believed I wasn't allowed to be weak. I was afraid that letting go meant giving up. Slowly, I'm learning that letting go doesn't mean quitting. It means placing my trust somewhere stronger than my own limits. As I sit with this passage, I begin to rethink how I enter each day. I usually start with tasks, goals, pressures. Today, God invites me to start differently, with surrender. Not surrender born of despair, but surrender rooted in trust, that I am accompanied, guided, and loved even when I don't do everything well. What I find most beautiful about this proverb is that it doesn't erase human responsibility. I am still invited to think, plan, and try. But I am not required to do everything by my own strength. I am not the center of the universe, and surprisingly, that turns out to be good news. Because when I'm not the center, I don't have to carry everything on my shoulders. If you're reading this on a rushed morning, I invite you to take one slow breath. Imagine your plans, your worries, your hopes being gently placed into God's hands. Not so they disappear, but so they are supported. You don't need full certainty before taking the next step. You only need enough trust to take one step today. And from all these reflections, my heart naturally turns toward prayer. Not a polished or elaborate prayer, but something real, the way I speak to God when I'm tired and honest. Lord, I step into this new day with so many thoughts in my head. I have plans, intentions, and hopes for how things should unfold. I also carry worries I don't quite know where to put. Today, through your word, I am reminded that I don't have to carry everything alone. I confess that there are times when I trust my calculations more than I trust your guidance. I'm afraid to let go because I'm afraid of losing control. Teach me how to entrust, not just with words, but with the peace in my heart. Help me work with responsibility, but not from fear. Help me plan without assuming I understand everything. As I walk through today, guide each step, even when I'm unaware that you are doing so. Give me the courage to place before you my uncertain plans, my fragile dreams, and the worries I haven't dared to name. Remind me that my worth does not depend on whether my plans succeed, but on the fact that I am your child. If today brings disappointment, help me not to lose heart. Remind me that you are still at work, even when I don't understand. And if today brings small joys, help me notice them and give thanks. Give me, and everyone reading these words, a lighter heart as we begin this day. Lighter because we no longer need to prove ourselves. Lighter because we know we are accompanied, understood, and gently guided. Lord, I entrust this day into your hands, not because I am weak, but because I believe your love is greater than my ability. Stay with me in every small task, every decision, every moment. Teach me to live more slowly, trust more deeply, and rest more fully, one day at a time. Amen.